Okay, so you thought AAA games are bad when it comes to microtransactions. When people complain about Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I'm using that game as the example, like the last video, or Overwatch, or any other AAA game that has come out with microtransactions, people complain, but then they'll go buy the freaking Clash of Clans, they pay thousands of dollars on Candy Crush Saga. These are the same people who say, oh my god, Candy Crush Saga is the best game ever. If you play those games and you call yourself a gamer, you used to be ashamed. And especially those are the only games you play. Candy Crush Saga is just a puzzle game with microtransactions. Once you get to Candy Crush Saga is basically Bejeweled but pay to win. That's what Candy Crush Saga is. And all the rest of the Saga games they made, like Pet Saga, Candy Crush Soda Saga, Candy Crush, let me guess, we're gonna have Candy Crush Penis Saga soon as well. When will it ever end? We'll be going over a few companies. King, which is the creator of the Candy Crush Saga, Zynga, which is another really bad and awful company, and everyone's least favorite, Supercell. These are the three companies I'll be mentioning today in this rant of the phone game. The free phone games. Not paid games. Free mobile games. And no, will not be, and of course we could go over EA as well. Because EA, they also make these types of games as well. First, our summon type games. Games where you have a summon type system. People do not complain about these games whatsoever. Games like Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and Marvel Contest of Champions and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes all have this rigged summon system where you get like one or two characters and you have to pay these with this second currency. Most of these games have this first currency, but this first currency is practically useless. To say it's practically useless. You can only get it to get like more money, which is practically useless. Like in Naruto Ninja Blazing or whatever that game is, Rio is practically useless. You only get stuff. You can only purchase stuff from Ninja Pearls, which you only get one per mission. But what if you beat all the missions? You can pay them all again on hard mode, or you have to do these really impossible missions to. Really hard levels that your guys die instantly. So basically the game's really just telling you to pay up or else you can't play the game. And the game's free, of course. Of course. Most mobile games follow this tactic. You have one easily available currency, and then you have the one currency that's basically like the obscure currency where you either have to buy or you have to play like every day to get it. It's just a waste. Clash of Clans does it. Candy Crush does it. Ice Age Village does it. Every freaking mobile game that is free does it. Except many exceptions, like the indie games that I just made, like the Poland Ball game that I got, that was like really bad. And there was lots of really bad like bootleg games on there, of course, and emulators and stuff. But then we have these companies like Supercell, Zynga, and many more. Literally. And Namco and EA, even Nintendo does this too, with Fire Emblem Heroes. Nintendo does the same thing as Namco and EA when it comes to free mobile games. Remember Pokemon Go? Well, you either have to walk everywhere to get Pokeballs, especially within the rural area, or you have to pay up to buy more Pokeballs. Because that's how they have to be. Because that's what the mobile market is. It's so bad that people have to pay to get this stuff. Oh, well, you're going to say, oh, but you don't have to pay. You can just play for a long time. If I want to get the character I want, I would want that character. They want to walk behind a paywall, or else you have to wait 1,000 years. Especially when we have these limited edition characters. Oh, don't get me started on those. And the games like Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and the Star Wars game and Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment and every other game that contains a summon system, a summon like loot box system. It is practically loot boxes, but the society is saying, oh, it's free, it's not. Fortnite does the same exact thing. Battlefront 2 does the same exact summon system. It's basically loot boxes in disguise. These games have literal loot boxes, but no one's criticizing them because those phone games are supposed to be time wasters. Screw you with your time waster logic, okay? If I want a real game, there's no you can't. There's some games that you do have to pay for them, but they don't contain microtransactions unless it's made by EA, of course. But all these games are the summon system. They're all the same. They're all the same game, practically. They all have the same idea of game. We have these characters. You can get stronger characters if you pay up. There's a Pokemon game that's like that, called Pokemon Duel, or whatever it is. There's a Fire Emblem game. It's not just EA. It's not just Namco. It's Nintendo doing this too. They're doing this to get money out of you. It's literally loot boxes on the phone, okay? It's literally loot boxes. And you guys criticize AAA games for having loot boxes, but these phone games have been doing it since like 2012 to 2014. And there's no regulation on this. There's no literal regulation on microtransactions on both the App Store and Google Play. There's no regulations of these games. Companies are allowed to squeeze as much money as you like Zynga and King do. And then let's go over the money grubbers. EA, King, Zynga, and Supercell. Those are the main 4 money grubbers. Clash of Clans. You have to wait 4 days for your base to upgrade, and someone could attack you and basically steal all of yours, and you might have to restart again. Or you can pay up and buy gems from Supercell. And then Heyday does the same thing too. You have to either wait for people to trade with you, or you either have to pay up to get the animals to do what you want. What the hell is this? What the hell is this garbage, okay? I don't want to have to pay to play a game, okay? Supercell, and then we have EA. EA's the master of this. Remember Dungeon Keeper? You really have to pay to get your dungeon bigger. What kind of garbage is that, okay? Or the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you get like 5 guys, but you either have to pay for like a year to get everyone else, or you either have to pay up and buy the characters individually. What type of garbage is this? And the phone games practically did the same thing as Battlefront 2 did. But no one complains because it's a time waster. It's supposed to be a free time waster. That's the problem with you guys who play mobile games. You just defend them and call them time wasters. No, this is greed. Freaking greed here. And you guys are defending greed here. It's just ridiculous. Greed in these phone games that make you have to pay, or Candy Crush Saga. You get past or similar games to that. You have all these levels. You get to master all the really easy ones, but once they change up the levels, once you fail, since you have a certain amount of moves you can do, you basically either have to pay for more moves. Nintendo did this with Pokemon Shuffle as well, or you have to redo the level again. What kind of system is this? Okay, this is called greed. It's like trying to open your eyes here. It's like trying to open these idiots' eyes to play phone games. These mindless drones who will buy these. They're called whales. And they have so much money that to spend on these freaking phone games. You could buy a freaking pay $60 for freaking gems and Clash of Clans, even though you can buy a little game, a full AAA game on your computer, or a PS4 game, or even a Nintendo Switch game or Xbox game, for the same amount of price, for $60 of gems and Clash of Clans. You know what? You can buy whatever you want in mobile games. You're just feeling the greed that these mobile developers do. EA, all major developers do this. They put games on the phone, they expect you to pay up, or you have to wait a long time for it, and we're not talking mobile games. There's actually like several genres of mobile games. There are 3 main genres. The summon games, the war games, and of course the puzzle games. And they all expect you to pay up for the games.